Okay, so there are two ways to set up your base station. You can use, okay, three ways. Three ways. You can use auto base method, you can use fixed method, and you can also use internal GSM. So I would say there are basically two ways because that internal GSM method uses either auto base or fixed method. So there are basically two ways to set up your base station. So in this video, I will be showing you how to use your fixed position. Fixed position implies that you are going to fix your base. You are going to set up your base on top of a ground control. Sometimes you have a client that on the site they already have ground control. That's what they've been using, and they will tell you, surveyor, this is our control. Set up on it. Use this control. So some clients will not accept auto base that you just calibrate with because auto base method you just calibrate your rover on the control and then you go ahead and do your work. Some clients will not accept that. They will insist that you set your base on top of their ground control while you are doing your work. So first thing as usual, we follow the 4Cs. The 4Cs. If you watch we have a video which we explain how to connect to a GNSS receiver. Almost any type of GNSS receiver uses the same method. Talk about the 4Cs. The 4Cs. So the first thing is what we need to definitely connect our receiver to our data logger, which is what we are going to do. I've launched Survey Master already. So I'll come to connection. This is device connection, and then under target device, I will look for my base. My base is the N3. I'll select it.
Device connected.
Okay, so I've selected my base station.
Base. Internal radio.
Okay, so I'll go to device to choose my work mode. We've created project and we also chose our coordinate system. So we did two more of the 4 steps. Now pay attention. We started with first connect device, which we have done. Connect device. Then we created project. Then we chose our coordinate system or datum. The final one is to choose work mode. The final one before we go and start working is to choose work mode. So under device, I'll come to base. It's my base I want to set up. So I'll click new because I'm showing you how to use this one now, although we have those ones there already. I'm using internal radio. So our protocol is transparent. Just for protocol, just make sure that whatever is on your base is what is on your rover. So if you are using SN long link, make sure that your rover is using SN long link. For this tutorial, we are using transparent. Make sure your protocol and your channel are the same for base and rover. So I'll click confirm. I will change start mode to fixed position. I'll save. Then I'll call it fix mode. Yeah, so that is it there. I'll just click start. Your own maybe apply. It depends. I'm using 4.0 Survey Master version. Earlier version it may be apply, it may not be start. So I'll just click start. So in this mode, fixed mode, when you click start, it will ask you for a coordinate. It will ask you for a coordinate you're trying to use to start your base. So now there are two ways you can, if for example, like I was saying before, if the client has given you a coordinate of their control, you just key it in here. But it's always good to come to element here and add the point. Another way too you can do it is if you go back here, you can click receive.
Rover.
So when you do receive, the receiver will give you a coordinate. So if you are just on a project site, just want to use arbitrary coordinate, you can do receive and it will give you a coordinate. But it's also good, even after it has given you arbitrary coordinates, to list out your coordinates, write it out. Yeah, so I can call this one control. Remember I said if the client has given you coordinate, you can put it in here, and also you can also do receive here. Right? Good. If you are also connected to a call station, you can do measure by calls. But remember that you will need to go and set up your rover first. So we are not going to do this in this tutorial. We just want to show you how to set up your base. So don't go to measure by course. We are not doing that now. So this is it. I've put my coordinates, easting, my northing, my height. For pole height, if you set up your base on a pole, on an RTK pole, you will use pole height. But if you set it up on a tripod, you will use plant height, because tripod you measure from the center of the point of the control point to the side of the receiver, to the antenna face center mark on the receiver. So whichever one. So in this one I've chosen slant height, and my height is what? 1.68684. So I put my coordinates, I put my instrument height. This is instrument height. This Z here is coordinate height, not instrument height. Please pay attention. Is coordinate height, that's your XYZ, not the height of your instrument. This one here, this 1.684 is the height of your instrument that you measured with tape. So we have done that, so I'll just click OK. And then if everything is okay, it will start my base. Once it has started the base, it will ask me if I want to disconnect from the base and connect to rover.
Base.
Good. You can see I've connected successfully, and it's asking me to disconnect from my base. Now let me show you the other method. So I'll say no, because I want to show you the other method of I'll do modify. I'll just modify. I'll click save, and I'll do start again. It will ask me if you want to use last coordinate. I'll say cancel, because now I want to use the other method of putting in my own control point, right? Instead of just receiving coordinate, I'll come to element and I'll do add, and I'll call it, this is my control point, CSA. Good. I'll change it to control point. Always make sure you change it to control point. Then I'll put my easting. Next, I'll put my northing. Then I'll put my height. Good. So 2 points. Good. I will check again. Always important to always check again. My coordinate is correct, and I'll now say save. So because I've saved that one, it will increment automatically. It has gone to OTS A1. That shows me that OTS A has saved. So I'll just go back. You can see it here, control point. You know, I indicated that it's control point. So I'll now, instead of doing a receive, I'll come to element and I'll select my control point. See, I'll select it here and I'll say confirm. So this is my control point now. As you can see, my coordinate is here. So once I've done this, I can now put in my height of instrument like I did before. Whatever your height of instrument is, just put it there and click OK.
Rover. Base.
So now I'll disconnect from my base and connect my
Device
rover.
disconnected.
For the rover is always internal radio. When you are doing radio mode, whether you are connected to external radio or you are connected to internal radio, whether you are using external radio mode or you are using internal radio mode, your rover is always internal radio. So I'll connect to my rover now. My rover, which is this N3 device.
Device connected. PDA cores.
So I'll come to rover. This is what rover, and I'll come here. I'll come to new. Once you have set this up the first time, internal radio, once you have set this up the first time, you don't need to do it again. It will be there. So internal radio, transparent. Remember, in our base we chose transparent and our channel was 6. So I'll just click confirm and I'll just save it as internal radio. That's all. Internal radio is internal radio. You can use the same one for both your external radio connection and your internal radio connection. So I'll click OK. So I'll click. On your own, it may be apply. On our own, it starts.
Internal radio.
Depends on the survey master version. Okay, so base change to float now. Once it's float, it will fix. So now I have a fixed solution. And the next thing for me is just to go and start my work or whatever it is I want to do. I'll come to topo survey and I can start my survey work. If your topo survey looks different, no problem. It just depends on the survey master version. So that's how to set up your receiver in fixed mode. So from here now we will move to auto base method.